minutes out on that river.
Trên đường
Beautiful
đi
river. But also we still
Phillip
gather around
Island,
today.
đi
It's
coi
the source of
penguin.
Melbourne. This is why Melbourne is here, our Yarra River, which is originally called actually the Birrarung. So the Yarra River is the people that are known for have been from Melbourne,
Đang nghe bạn này kể
Wurundjeri
chuyện
people
về
from the Kulin
lịch
Nation.
sử
And
của
they're the
Melbourne.
people that were out around the Port Phillip Bay area, right? So we will be sharing over the day too. We still come here for the same thing, and many people have come here. We share this land and we share each other's stories, and this is the great thing about Melbourne. What makes Melbourne marvellous is the people sharing each other's stories, coming from so many different places and appreciating each other's stories and creating a city to cater for each other, essentially, right? So what happened originally, so there's been 4 waves of migration, and it started with, you guys might already know about the discovery of Australia. Captain Cook got the title. There's a whole entire story before that as well, but we just go straight to Captain Cook. He went back to England. He navigated the lands, came down here, he discovered Australia and went back to England, and essentially, what did he say? He said, oh, this is my version, right people? Hope you like my accent. He said, oh my, all these convicts, well, I have a place called Down Under, Australia. We can send them down under there and we can build some convict colonies, and that is what they did in Sydney and in Tasmania, but not in Melbourne, right? Melbourne was actually then, the governor at the time sent, let me just see this, I've got a new bus today, and we're fine. Oh, thank goodness about that. This is notorious, this bridge, for taking the top of the trucks off. All right, I knew that people, but still a bit scary. All right, so these guys, the governor sent a couple of surveyors, essentially from bourgeois England, right, to come and discover the lands around Australia. They sailed into the harbour over here, not the harbour, sorry, the bay, and they came up the Yarra and they saw the land and they thought, oh my, this will be great land for grazing sheep. So that's how Melbourne became a thing. These 2 Johns, John Batman and John Faulkner, right? They came here and they started our city. They drew up within a couple of years, they drew up the grid where I picked you up today, not the Pan Pacific, but the other side. Melbourne's a grid city, right? Blocks, yeah? Very easy to use, right? Now this is another factor that contributes to Melbourne, why Melbourne is so marvellous, why it took the title of being the world's most livable city. Officially 7 years running it had that title. It's still very up there, but it hasn't got that top title at the moment, but it's still very high. And that I'd argue that that's the reason why it doesn't have that title anymore, is still because Melbourne's so marvellous that we almost doubled our population in the last 20 years, right? So we're now, and you will see that today, you might have already seen it, we actually have huge roadworks and developments of our city that are making it just a little bit more haphazard at the moment, right? We're often driving and then all of a sudden it's a 40 zone and there's not enough housing for our people, right? In 2005 we were 3.3 million. Today, 20 years later, right guys? 21 now, isn't it? 26 we're in. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Yeah. 26 years later, and still 20, right? We are almost 6 million. So we were 3.3 20 years ago, 6 million now, almost. And this is because people are still flocking here to come and live here in Melbourne, because Melbourne provides lifestyle, right? Now, continuing, I told you we're going to dance today, right? We're dancing in the conversation. So going back to our bourgeois Johnny boys, right? They designed the city, ease of use, everything. After that, then the whole city has always been planned out, right? By bourgeois English initially, right? So it's a pretty good structure, which makes the movement of our people flow. and life a bit easier. Along with that, so the Johns came in 1835. 15 years later, 1850, they'd made it out, of course, into the western suburbs, a bit further out, about an hour out. They went to Ballarat and Bendigo, and they struck gold. You might know a bit about this, right? They struck gold, and they struck more gold and more gold and more gold, and all around Victoria they struck a lot of gold, so much gold that in fact Melbourne had the most gold out of all the gold rushes in the world. You might know about them: Canada, New Zealand, California, right? There's probably more. I'm not here to teach you that, but we had the most, and we ended up being, within about 38 years, we were known as Marvellous Melbourne. What had started off a little township along the river that the Johns had started up, all of a sudden had become an entire metropolis of ostentatious buildings, some of the grandest buildings in the world. We were the richest city of the British Empire at the end of the 1800s. Now you'll see evidence of that when you go back in, but of course modernisation, you know, glass, steel and concrete was the thing to use. The end of last century, over the 70s and the 90s, they knocked down a lot of Marvellous Melbourne, and now it's a beautiful, still eclectic city. So I invite you to make sure that you do look up and around you when you're walking through the streets of Melbourne. Look up and around you, because that's when you're going to see Marvellous Melbourne, okay, and our history, okay. But you are, of course, probably already experiencing the marvellousness of Melbourne and what it has to offer, because, of course, that bourgeois, what did it demand? It demanded all the finest things. That, funny enough, today, all of us on this bus, we don't realise, but we're all bougies too. Because what do we like? We love theatre, entertainment, music, dance, good food, good health, good lifestyle, parks and gardens, the beach, holidays, right? This is what we got, this is what we still have. That's what the, so you'll notice that today. I'm going to be pointing out a few things, but you'll notice that's what Melbourne has. We're strong in the arts, we're strong in the health industry, right? So we have leading, well, our Medicare system is fabulous, that's across the country though, but Melbourne also is leading in a lot of things like cancer research, very significant health domains. We also have good health because of our sport. The bougies wanted sport, we have sport. Some of the first things they set up was the horse racing and the cricket, right? Even before like hospitals and police stations were well set up, the cricket and the horse racing was set up. And that's continued, it's a tradition continued. We have the tennis open here, you guys already know probably some of these. We have the Formula One racing, we have lots of world competitions of all sorts in the arena, in sporting, right? So that gives our people also good health. Even those who don't participate in sport get the benefits of the teammanship, right? The spirit of sport. It's something that brings all people together, and this is what Melbourne, I'm coming back to now, another part of that spirit, that energy that you feel here in Melbourne. It's all of us just living in harmony and trying to be good team players, right? Working together in harmony to have a great city. We've built this city together, lots of people from all over the world, and that's what I'll just conclude with, is our waves of the people, the faces that you'll see. Where have they come from? I mentioned, of course, our foundation was bourgeois England, but of course we have so much more. We're not bougies, no. I'm of Greek descent. My parents were peasants from Greece and Cyprus. They came over in the 50s. A lot of people came over after the First World War, the Second World War. Essentially, Australia and Melbourne have been a refuge for any world circumstance that has displaced large populations. So this is why we have all of Europe here. They're our foundation people after the, well, Chinese were on those initial fleets and a few Europeans, but then that boomed, of course, in the First and Second World War. And then that just continued to multiply. Then our next wave of migration was in the 70s from the Vietnam War. So we have a big Vietnamese population in all those countries that were affected during those wars. And we just missed that. So here we are on the bay, guys, down on, we're going to go through St Kilda shortly. and you're going to see a little bit of more of marvellous Melbourne. St Kilda is a place that everyone heads to, Melbourneites and the world all around, because it's got lifestyle, theatre, restaurants, entertainment, the beach. The beach is near the city. That's another thing that makes Melbourne marvellous, right? And this road, essentially, the drive that we're about to do and where we end up is relevant to our bourgeois. This was their holiday home destination, right? Back then, horse and cart, you can imagine. We're going to Brighton. They used to go to Brighton, of course, in horse and cart. That was a long journey. This is where they made their holiday homes. And now it still is the bourgeois, but both their permanent residency and some holiday homes. But Gillip Island is more holiday home.
Yeah.
But Brighton is our most expensive suburb in Melbourne. I'll be telling you more about that later. I'll just tell you about the last wave of migration that just let you appreciate St Kilda. As you can see, look at these parks, all planted out at the turn of the century. All our parks and gardens were planted out with royalty in mind. You know, the Queen's going to visit one day, so we better plant some beautiful gardens. And boy, did they plant a lot. We are known as the Victoria is known as the Garden State. Originally it was. Then it's also been known as the Education State, because in the last 40 years, our last wave of migration has actually been made up of a whole lot of people that have come here to study, because our universities really strengthened themselves. So now, although that wave of migration brought in a lot of people from China as well and other Asian countries, it predominantly brought in a lot of people from India. So now, Melbourne actually has the largest population born outside of Australia are from India. And this is a changing canvas, a changing population. In my lifetime, okay, I've been here a few years and I see changes, the faces of our people changing. And this is what us Melbourneites are good at. We're good at adapting, we're resilient, and we are hospitable and work in harmony, right? And our weather makes us like that too. That's another factor that makes Melbourneites and people all around the world like they are. The weather affects the people, right? And you probably already know, but what Melbourne is known for is changeability. The weather can change, not just from day to day, but within a day. You can get cold and hot in one day. It's always changing. So what does that do to us Melbourneites? That makes us go with the flow, yeah? That's the essence of Melbourne. We're known to be down to earth, go with the flow people. So welcome to Melbourne, everyone. Let's flow down this beautiful coastal road and look at that great Southern Ocean. That great Southern Ocean that you're going to be looking at today, it has a beautiful turquoise colour to it, because we have so much plankton in that water. That is essentially a scientific term for a whole lot of stuff that's very small matter that floats through that water. But namely, in regards to the colour, it's broken up. It's the broken up crystals of all the seaweed and the forest underneath that ocean. That ocean comes up from the Antarctica. It has unbroken motion all the way from the Antarctica. It's a wild west coast out here, and that's a turbulent coast. It's another reason why we're known for surfing, right? That's part of your trip today. I'll be telling you more about it later. But in the meantime, here's our great Southern Ocean. We are on the bay. We're not out in the open ocean quite yet, but still, it's the same ocean, and that colour we get is it's the same matter in that water. It also feeds our wildlife. We have our great southern whales. They're big and strong whales. You know why? That plankton feeds them. Can you believe it? They're almost vegan, those animals, from all the greens, the minerals in our water. So guys, all right, I said I was going to shush up, and I still haven't managed to. We've only got 8 minutes, and I'm going to need to talk to you when we get there. So I do want to invite you to, when we have our stops, I need you to listen to my instructions so that you make sure you get back to the bus on time, okay? Is everyone still listening?
Yes.
Good. Wonderful. Thanks, guys, for keeping with me. You stayed in the dance, even though it was a pretty wild choreography, hey? Thank you. Well done. Well done, everyone. Okay, I'll talk to you in a little bit. All right.
Toes like up
Đây
against my
là
toes.
first stop.
Up against my toes are first stop.
First stop trên đường đi Phillip Penguin.
You hear me?
Yeah.
It's like up against my toes. What do I do?
Do you work out?
Yeah, but it hurts up against my toes.
On your right.
First stop trên đường đi Phillip Penguin, Phillip Island.
So hot. You want this
Đây này. First stop ở đây tới đây nửa tiếng. First stop được nửa tiếng. Steven, khu biển này là Brighton. Brighton ở này là Victoria State, đây là Melbourne. Cái này là wooden box nè, cái này gọi là wooden box nè. Chỗ này để thay đồ đồ. Nhưng mà những cái này á, là chỉ có người ở đây làm chủ thôi. Nhưng mà ta không biết cái giá bao nhiêu một cái. Nhà nhỏ nhỏ này giống như là để thay đồ ra biển tắm thay đồ. Đây là wooden box. Ở đây những người ở đây mới làm chủ cái này thôi. Nhiều khi nó đời này qua đời kia mà không biết nhiều cái. Người ta đố là chắc cũng khoảng 200.000 cái. Biển đây cũng không có đông người lắm, vắng vẻ thôi. Chỗ ngừng đầu tiên cho xuống đi vệ sinh đồ. Đi xuống đây được 30 phút. Vệ sinh công cộng miễn phí ngay chỗ bãi biển. Ai tắm biển rồi lại đây rửa chân rửa tay. Bây giờ ra khỏi thành phố Melbourne này thấy cũng vắng vẻ. Đây thấy cây cối, đất trống, đất rộng nhiều. Chỉ có trong thành phố mới đông đúc thôi. Chứ ra đây là cũng vắng vẻ rồi. Nếu mà ở ngoài đây thì vắng vẻ. Đây là toàn ở trung tâm thành phố. Đây là trên đường đi Phillip Island để coi mấy con penguin, chim cánh cụt. Đi lại đây điểm đầu thứ nhì ở trên đường đi Phillip Island. Đây là điểm vô đây để coi mấy cái con thú. Trên đường đi Phillip Island ta ngừng chỗ này để cho ăn trưa. Cho ăn trưa, đi tệ cũng như đi vệ sinh đồ. Đây chỗ đây gọi là Moon Sanctuary. Đây là wombat nè, con này con wombat. Wombat nó đang ăn. Wombat thì nó bự dữ vậy. Giống như gopher mà nó bự.
You actually truly wouldn't know. Well, you wouldn't, right? Because they'd scratch the crap out of you. They got big claws. But she's like a teddy bear. That's Mary. That's Mary.
Zoom lại tới cây coi nó ăn dễ thương rồi cái tự nhiên để không thấy.
Trời sao zoom.
Yeah, no, the common wombats are not
Cũng
as
nói tới
big.
thôi cũng đâu thấy gì đâu.
Very no combat. They're really.
Tại ở trong ấy á.
So come along, you can come back to Mary.
Trời ơi, nó bự chó.
Quá là thấy không?
Nó nằm kìa.
Nó nằm ở hai nước nữa.
Khôn dễ sợ.
Enjoy, people. I'm setting you free, okay?
Quá là nằm ngủ.
Look at, I know they're just like totally socked out.
Sleeping. Quá là nằm ngủ. Đang đi vòng vòng ở cái park, cái chỗ này là giống như cái sở thú sanctuary. Chim nó có chởm cứ gọi là mohawk, mà ở đây toàn là mấy con ruồi con muỗi nhiều quá.
Bỏ vô đây đi, chút chút nữa lên xe ăn.
Đây giống như con chó. What do you call it? Oh, dingo.
Dingus.
Con này là con dingo. Nó ở bên đấy gọi là dingo, giống con chó vậy đó.
Called laughing waters.
What do you call this?
Well, this is the kookaburra.
Oh, kookaburra.
Yeah. Kookaburra.
Con này chim nè, chim này là con gì đó? Thấy rồi, nhưng mà chim này không. Đây dạ. Đây con vịt nè, con vịt này dễ thương nè.
Nó cũng là lạ kiểu ha.
Con vịt chạy lại cắn xí vịnh giờ.
Đừng quay kìa, vịt quay.
I can see two big owls.
That's not how they speak, mommy.
Wow. Wow này trắng.
They don't say owl.
Này bị trắng.
What do you call? What do you say? Owl trắng bỏng luôn ha. Hey, two more owls.
Hai đứa nó ngủ rồi hả? Nhắm mắt á, một con nhắm mắt, một con thức.
Wow, hai con ao bự quá ha. Wow, chim bự.
Nó nói cái gì vậy?
Nó kêu vậy, nó đang đắp trứng á. Nó đang ấp trứng á.
Chắc không đó.
Chắc vậy.
Nó là female. Nè, nó có ghi nè.
Something that is the jumping out is a bit warm today. Something that is hot.
Kangaroo nè nha. Dạ.
Cái này ở Melbourne nha, kangaroo ở Melbourne. Nó nằm biến, nó nằm không à.
Kangaroo mà nó ruồi không mà.
Không, anh nghĩ anh đứng hướng khác đi, nó bên đây. Kangaroo kìa.
Tưởng nào cũng tối quá.
Nhiều khi anh đeo mắt kiến á.
Mà em thấy không?
Thấy, em thấy á.
Kangaroo kìa, nó baby nữa nè.
Đến đây nó đi thả, nó đi vòng vòng luôn.
Kangaroo nữa nè.
Nó nhiều con thôi.
Cả đống kangaroo chạy
Nó
vòng
quay tới đây
vòng.
hắn làm biến nó chui đó rồi.
Đống nằm đó luôn.
Nó cái nhà con nhìn như con wallaby đó vậy.
Is that a wallaby or kangaroo? I think it's, I don't know, maybe kangaroo.
Wallaby. Mà con còn không biết con wallaby là gì luôn.
So maybe it look like that.
Con thấy rồi.
Mấy con này con gì nè, nó ngộ quá ha. Wow, different.
Con này cái lông ngộ quá, cái
Hơi-
đầu nó cũng bị ngộ nữa.
Digitized on this hanging.
Wow, it's a big kangaroo.
This is a big one. Con này big one nè.
Cũng không biết mà cũng còn baby.
Đang ăn.
Đi vô đi mua đồ ăn cho nó ăn. Chỗ này nuôi khỏi cần tơ. The baby crocodile. So it's lizard.
Oh my god.
Cái này rắn nè. Rắn black-headed python. Wow. Wow, it's a spider. Big spider. Oh, that one's smart. It wants to stay at the water. You see that?
Maybe it's just.
I want to see you, right? Get the water cool down a little bit. Ở đây là gọi là Moonlit Sanctuary. Trên đường đi trên đường đi Phillip Island.
But that ocean.
Gần tới Phillip Island.
Ocean. There's our Phillip Island ahead of us over there. You're going to see lots of houses, people, on Phillip Island because there's about 60 to 70,000 of them, right? They're holiday homes though. People don't live there permanently. They are the holiday homes of our Melbourneites. And now things have come full swing around and essentially the real estate now is just for the bougies again. So you're going to have a good $1 million in your pocket to get something on Phillip Island now. It wasn't like that too long ago, but now it is that again. And cheap and easy, fish and chips. I'll be pointing out some great places for you guys to eat later, but seafood is a good thing to try here. Anyway, so the island, what else does it have? Well, it also has our Grand Prix track. It was the original Formula One Grand Prix track for Melbourneites, but that soon, recently moved over to Albert Park. It's in our city, the Grand Prix track around Albert Park Lake. But the track here remains and is still used for the supercars and the super bikes. So that's an awesome event that happens here on the island. And when we have the super bikes, it is just magnificent. I was very lucky as a young girl. My father used to bring me here a lot. He was a mechanic and we used to be down on the pits on the race course. If you look over the road, you'll notice, if you carefully look, there's actually a blue line that divides the road. When the Grand Prix is on for the bikes, they have to divide the traffic because there's so many people on the island. About 70,000 people come in one weekend for the motorbike races. It's crazy. It's awesome. It's an awesome event. Welcome everybody to Phillip Island, where us Melbourneites have so much pleasure on this island, and you're going to have a bit of it today. Check this out. People are on holiday having a good time like you guys, right? Back there we had a really good, that was San Remo, a little town before you come over to Phillip Island. That has got great seafood. If you ever come back, you go to that co-op over there and you get either fresh seafood, take it back to Melbourne and cook it, or you'll eat it there fresh too. The fishermen bring all the fish in just there, go straight into that co-op, and you get beautiful fresh seafood, because of course I think we all know seafood is of course the best when it's fresh and it doesn't compare. So welcome people, welcome to Phillip Island. You're going to see our Rip Curl Tower. What else is great about Phillip Island? I can just go on and on. We have caves, forest caves here. We have one of our oldest farmsteads actually, and now it's turned into a beautiful vintage place to go and visit. Very historic farm. There's our little Rip Curl Tower, and look at that combi van showing a bit of culture, our surf culture. People taking life easy and working depending on whether the swell is up or not. If the waves are out, they're not in the office, they're on the waves. And that's a bit of lifestyle around Australia. Makes us very casual people, a bit laid back, especially here at Phillip Island. You guys might know, do you guys know the Hemsworth brothers?
Yes.
Yes, right. The movie Thor.
Yeah.
Thor, yes. He came from this island. He was a surfy boy when he was a young man. Can you tell by those golden locks of hair? Him and his brothers, they were Phillip Islanders. And now, of course, they're over in Hollywood, but they surely do come back here and visit their hometown. So, what else? We've got our koala reserve, and we've got this beautiful beach that we're going to be at in 6 minutes. And after that, we're going to make our way over to Cowes for an early dinner to escape the mad rush this summertime. We're going to go into Cowes to the main township after Cape Woolamai. But in the meantime anyway, let me tell you about Cape Woolamai. I'm going to be taking my shoes and socks off and getting down on that sand, because that's the magnificence of this beach, right? This is a wide open beach with beautiful sands and cliff edges. It's just a beautiful spot on the edge of the island that, funny enough, so Woolamai is the word in Aboriginal for snapper head, the head of one of our fish, right? You guys, snappers around the world, I believe it's a very popular fish. And the Aboriginals identified that, you know, because they knew the land intimately by foot. But of course, funny enough, I love this story because, funny enough, modern technology had Mr. George Bass navigate the lands, they map it all out, and he saw the pattern too. And he called it, originally, snapperhead. And he didn't know that that's what the Aboriginals called it. They called it the same thing. Isn't that funny? So Woolamai means snapperhead, but he called it Snapperhead Island. And so this is where we're going to go, to a funny shaped head of the island for a nice little stretch of our legs, maybe feet in the water, maybe not. And that's part of my warning to you. If you don't take your shoes and socks off, right? You don't have to, of course. But if you do go down close to the water, be careful, okay? Because those waves, they come up very quickly, and you can end up with wet shoes. All right? This happens to people, so I'm just warning you. Watch out for those waves, okay? You might be like going, oh, lovely, taking photos, and whoop, all of a sudden your feet are wet for the rest of the day. So watch out, okay? And there is, well, we'll see whether the kiosk is open, because like I said, the people here are pretty laid back, and it's a monopoly. They work when they want to work. They might be surfing, who knows? Might be out for a surf if the waves are good, and they've closed the shop. So I can't promise you that the kiosk is open. Otherwise, if it is, you can grab yourself a little cold treat, a coffee, a drink, a snack. And there will be toilets below the kiosk, and you'll find them without me mentioning it. There's signage, it's pretty clear. So you might need to go there too, under the kiosk, all right? Now, it's just a half-hour stop, all right? But that time is gonna fly, all right? So, half an hour, let's say we get there at 25 past, which is pretty much when we are gonna get there. So half an hour from then is 5 to 5, right? I can do maths. Hallelujah. So 4:55, we are back on the bus, taking off for Cowes. All right, everybody, welcome to Cape Woolamai, where there's a gorgeous beauty of this side of the island, and a bit of sand for your feet.
The Phillip Island trip.
I did warn you. I have invited you to look out for wildlife today, haven't I? I didn't suggest the water wildlife. So you can be looking out for water wildlife too, including our seals. You can be looking out for penguins. You will be later today, but even when we're not at the penguin centre, you can be looking out into the burrows around. Sharks, seals, dolphins, whale season's probably a bit gone now, but you never know. But let me tell you about the...
Ở đây là Cape Wood Lamai trên Phillip Island. Đây. Đây là biển ở Phillip Island. Em có xuống dưới đây không vậy? Chụp không? Chụp hình chụp giữa đó không có được, tại em đứng bên kia thì được. Trên nó chói lắm, nó nắng nó không có chiếu vô là nó tối thui rồi. Ở đây là cũng một địa điểm ngừng lại ở trên Phillip Island. Hết cái này chắc không biết khi nào mới đi coi penguin nữa, nhưng mà chỗ này thì nó có bán đồ ăn này ăn kia.
Riêng nổi tiếng vậy đây nè.
Như lá đồ gì đó. Đây fish and chip bán quá chừng luôn. Nghe nói chỗ fish and chip này là ngon. So they said the best fish and chips since 2002.
Thôi đi qua Audi đi qua Audi coi trên đó có trái cây gì không? Hả? Fruit hả? Vừa đó nó có fruit á.
Đánh vòng lên.
Quay ngược có hướng biển hả? Này ai lên?
Tới Penguin Island rồi, chuẩn bị xuống coi
40
penguin.
minutes. Alright, so it's a nice amount of time, but do remember, okay, even though you think, oh, that's a long time, you're going to be in awe of the beauty and time's going to fly, okay? So keep an eye on the time. Look at that. Bob and Joe are taking up the road here. So it looks like a little while ago, not too long ago, the last couple of months,
Mấy con này
Bob and
rất là
Joe,
chung thủy
all the
nha.
Bob and Joes, they all had babies with them. Now it seems like they've scattered and grown. They grow into adult size in no time. They were gorgeous little goslings.
Đây toàn là xe bus.
We've got a bit of traffic here. What I might do is just park here, guys, alright? So what you're going to do is
Đây là dân du
find...
lịch không? Welcome to the Nobies.
sinh怕你归不了巢，我看着。
It's a penguin
Where?
down there.
That's a penguin? Where? I don't see the penguin. You see a penguin? Oh yeah, that's a penguin over there. It's hiding over there. How can I see it? There's a penguin. This is where the Penguin Island, Phillip Island. Stephen thay ra kìa em.
你 approve 咗自己。你數你數你啲嘢
Đi xuống kia đi, theo chị đi. Có chừng rớt điện thoại nha.
I have a question.
What?
What are these things for?
So we don't slip and fall, I guess.
You were right. I mean, you weren't right. That's what he says, I guess.
You might slip, you know.
But it feels more slippery like this.
I don't know, but that's what it is.
Oh, that's from the rain.
When it's wet, you might slip
Well, I
and
have an
fall.
idea. Maybe when there's a lightning strike, when it zaps here. Yeah.
The sweet penguin. You cold, Steven? So you saw a penguin? You got a jacket? Why didn't you take it? It's not that bad. Only Steven got a jacket on.
Yeah, I've been wearing this all day.
Nãy thấy một con mà. Đi vòng vòng. You see penguin? Ở biển quá. Oh. I can see penguin over there. Is that penguin or bird? Maybe it's a bird. I think it's bird. Cái con chim á em ơi. Con chim bay bay. Nó chỉ đi đến đây thôi, nó không cho người ta đi dưới đó để bảo vệ. Nó đạp trứng con rồi sao? Đúng không? Nó kêu mấy giờ trở lại? 7 giờ 20. đẹp không?
Right there. Is it right? Flat.
So clear. Thấy con bay người nào chưa? Con bớt đẹp quá hả?
Little penguin.
See? Yeah, I think the whole is
Rushing. Like if you got to get dinner, go and get your dinner and get down there. All right. So now, can everyone see the stadiums? Let me take you actually a bit this way. Right, because let me have a look at the sheet. We've got, most people are going to be doing what we call general viewing, right? And there's a couple people that are doing the P+. Now, the general viewing stadiums are those big ones out there, out there, right? So people with general tickets, you're going to head out. At the moment, the boardwalks, both of them are open, the right and the left, right? But generally, you can just, the people doing general, go to the left where all those people are coming. When you get out of the building, you go left boardwalk, walk down there, come to your stadiums, they'll guide you, and then go and sit down as far as you can and to the sides, okay? P plus people, okay, Marina and Susan Jackson's family, those two groups, you're going to come down out of the centre and you're going to stay on your right, and you're going to keep walking right down to here. Can you see the stadium down here? Okay, that's your stadium down here. All right, and now I can guarantee you whichever one, you're going to have a wonderful experience. Doesn't matter which ticket you get, okay? And I don't know whether there's available upgrades. If you want to upgrade, we have to wait. You can go inside and find that out for yourselves, all right? But it's about $59 more, okay? So, has anyone got any questions at the moment? No. All right, so general is those two stadiums out there. Get out as soon as you can, go down and to the sides. Premium, stick to your right. Now, so what I was saying about then seeing them on the land, right? At the moment, you guys are very lucky because soon they are going to be excluding general viewers from this boardwalk here. But at the moment, it should still be open. There's all these changes happening, and here, this here we call the Penguin Highway. It goes all the way back up to our Nobby Centre. So you can walk down, I think it's open access at the moment, so you can walk down this side as well and go across to general. Or no, actually I'd say not, there's no one walking there. Yeah. Don't know whether though, after the viewing, whether they'll allow you to go down here. If they do, go down to this and come down to this Penguin Highway, right? Because there's more lighting over here and a whole lot of them come up. But regardless, there is still a lot of them on the land up there on those boardwalks, and particularly that corner, that last corner where the people are turning now to come right down. I recommend you go back up there after about 15 to 20 minutes of the presentation. Like you go back up there and go on the land and see the penguins on the land, because you'll have seen most of them cross over. All right? That's what the advice is. They'll also advise you further so that you can have a good experience. All right? So let's get down there, get the tickets, get you in there, and I'll set you free.
Yeah, is this nice?
Penguin.
No, I don't have it.
I want to
Penguin. Ra coi tối coi penguin. Penguin này chỉ xuất hiện ban đêm thôi, tại vì nó
Hola.
penguin nó bơi từ biển vô trong cái hang của nó. Lúc mà nó bơi từ biển vô hang của nó là lúc là nó vulnerable, là nguy hiểm nhất, nên nó lựa ban đêm nó đi thôi. Ban đêm đi để người ta mấy con thú gì không thấy nó mà không ăn thịt nó. Khi mà ở ngoài biển nó đi bộ vô là lúc nguy hiểm nhất. Nếu ở dưới biển nó ok. Ở dưới biển thì nó được protected, tại nó bơi giỏi, nhưng mà trên bờ thì nó không có được bảo vệ, tại vì nó bơi không có giỏi, nó đi chậm, đi bộ chậm nè. Khi mà nó chui vô hang của nó thì nó được protected. Chút nữa ra ngoài kia coi mấy con penguin nó chui vô trong hang. Đang ở Phillip Island đi coi penguin. Đi từ 11 giờ sáng tới giờ mấy giờ mới tới. Chạy chở vòng vòng tới giờ mới tới. Tại vì ban đêm nó anh cũng tưởng là trời sao đi nửa ngày, đi nguyên ngày luôn. Đi chút nữa mới nói về là sau 12 giờ mới ghê á.
No, we're gonna get home at like.
She said after midnight.
Yeah, it's gonna take 2 hours to get home. We're gonna be at 10. So I can play on my phone for 2 hours. Woo! You're the best, Dad.
So good I didn't book for tomorrow, so you can rest.
Do you even know how? Did they tell you how long it was gonna be?
You can sleep until like 11,
No, I'll sleep until 12.
12.
Actually, no, I'll sleep until 8. I'll get my 8 hours. You said.
You're not going to eat your breakfast?
I'll eat until 6. Wait, I'll sleep until 6.
Bây giờ là 8 giờ mấy rồi em? Bây giờ 8 giờ 10 phút mà mặt trời nó còn sáng trưng luôn.
Why are you moving so fast?
Because he can.
They eat slow.
Đi coi penguin giống như là
Đi coi quá trời người luôn á em. Đi penguin là coi ban đêm này.
What do you think the hose is for?
Uh-huh.
That's the question.
What?
probably so good. They can't get wet.
So this is a hole. So
No, like the hole, like the green.
the green thing?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't pay attention.
Oh, we're
Right here.
Let's go right by it. Yes, I do. Of course. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
Read it. What is for?
3.
Read it. What is
1,
it
0.
for?
Yeah.
I don't know what they want to do. Maybe it's for air. Nói trên hả em? Đây là chỗ này là chỗ coi penguin. Bên nào, bên phải bên trái?
Hai bên luôn.
Nhưng mà bên nào dễ thấy?
Ai biết lên chỗ trước. Mấy giờ nó có số?
Thì chút tối nó mới.
Nó không có biết. Nó chỉ suy nghĩ 9 giờ, 9 giờ. Rồi ngồi đây đến tới 9 giờ phải chạy.
Somewhere like here.
Ngồi trên đây đi ha.
We shouldn't go too low, you know?
Yeah. Ở đây đi. Mọi người đang ngồi chút ở cơm penguin mà gió cũng lạnh. Đại cũng đem cái áo lạnh. Chứ không đeo áo lạnh là lạnh ơi, lạnh luôn. So maybe pen.
Hi everyone, welcome. Give me a wave. Can you hear me? Beautiful.
Bây giờ ngồi bà con ngồi đi, chuẩn bị coi khi mà mặt trời lặn là penguin nó sẽ đi, nghĩa nó đi bộ từ ngoài biển đi qua bên cái chỗ bãi đá đó là đi lên, nó lên bãi của nó. Nhưng mà chút nữa tối quá thì cũng không có thấy được mà quay phim ha.
Mà người ta cũng đâu cho quay đâu.
Mà người ta cũng không có cho quay phim, không có được chụp hình. Tại vì sáng mấy con nó sợ, đúng không?
Ta bảo tồn thiên nhiên.
Nên bây giờ cả đám người đang ngồi coi, mua vé vô đi coi. Vô mua vé coi nè. Bài này nên mấy con này đang kiếm đồ ăn, thấy ai ăn lại nó cướp. Thấy đồ ăn lại nó cướp. Lại nó cướp đồ ăn. Lại ai ăn cái gì nó ỉa. Nó ỉa đầu. Oh no.
Có trên cái đầu đó nha. Đi không bây giờ đi qua cái nó bẻ cái comment đập nè nó
cái đồ ăn cái này ỉa.
nó giờ ổng vừa đi qua cái
chút nữa penguin kia ngồi lạnh lẽo. Giờ bà con quá kìa, mà kêu quá thì ngồi coi luôn. Giờ bà con này quá chừng ngồi luôn.
Australian fur seals. We look after the koala conservation reserve, which is home to about 17 koalas. Some of them are also bush.
Penguin.
No flashing.
Little penguin.
Maybe you're not lying. Hey, no picture.
It's okay. Penguin.